What up? What up? Good people. We are definitely getting the stream started. I am going to check the audio. If I sound good, let me know down in the chat. If the video is looking good, definitely let me know. Hope everybody is doing good. We are doing a live Q&A. So basically what that means that I do not have any topics tonight because down in the chat, you are going to supply all of the topics. So let me know. I am going to hit this link. I shared this all over social media. So if you're watching right now, definitely make sure that you share the link, share what's happening, what's going on. But definitely, I'm ready to talk. We need to talk tonight. All right. So the audio is good. Audio sounds good. And so as we continue to wait for people to chime in and get going, especially if you're a part of my Discord, so I can go ahead and just make these announcements right now. So if you're watching this on the VOD, I got the quarantine beard going on, as you can see. Yeah, that's one of my build videos that's going on in the background. I'm actually shocked that that video is, but it's cool. That video can play. Not tripping. Actually trying to play this video. Just gonna rewind that back. That way I won't get hit with any content stuff. Who we got there down in the chat? Lil K, what's going on? Lil K, since you the first person that actually said something in chat, if you got a question about anything tech, go ahead and ask that question. We can talk about it. And if you don't have anything to talk about, definitely got some stuff lined up. Well, not really lined up, but you know, we got a lot of this is a bad time to build a PC right now. And I know some people may be building a PC, but man, when I tell you, we are literally, and I'm just gonna give a little sneak peek at this real quick. We are, well, no, not that one, but this one. We are 18 days away from new graphics cards that's going to be launched and talked about. So Nvidia has an event that's coming up, and it's going to be about Ampere. Is what I have been hearing. So here is the ultimate countdown, is what they've been calling it. So we could definitely talk about that. But yeah, if you're building a PC right now and you're looking for a high-end graphics card, you better wait. And I think AMD also has some cards, stuff like that that's coming out. But again, this is definitely a Q&A. And if you're a part of my Discord, I know a lot of people were saying, okay, hey, why don't you definitely do a Q&A? It'll be good for the community. So we are here, and I am definitely going to hit up the Discord. And it looks like we have our first question. We got our first question, and it is definitely coming from Lil K. So I watched a video about changing the RAM in the Alienware. I was thinking about doing the same, upgrading RAM to 16 gigabytes. Would it be worth it? If you are looking to upgrade to 16 gigabytes, I could pretty much tell you that it's probably going to be worth it for you. If you're playing any type of video games, right now in this day and age, especially with your more current titles and stuff like that, they definitely take up a lot of memory, and especially when it comes to multitasking and stuff like that. It starts at 16 gigs, and memory is cheap right now, so really you could definitely really position yourself to get at least 32 gigabytes worth of memory is what I suggest, but 16 gigs is what you start off with. In both of the computers that I have right now, I have 2 custom built systems. One is for streaming, video editing, and game capture, and then the other one is just for gaming. But they both have 32 gigabytes worth of memory. But if you got the Alienware Lilancool, then definitely I would probably shoot for 3200 megahertz memory. The last set of memory that I had in my Aurora R7 was, I think it was like Gskill 3200 megahertz memory, worked great. So you could definitely upgrade to that. I think it's like 1.2 volts is what you need. So Gskill works. So if you were looking to get some memory for your Alienware, then you could definitely use that. Hope that helped, Lilancool. And again, just let me know down in the chat. Dell RAM is pretty expensive. Yeah. The real T-Bell. What's going on, baby? Hey, Intel or AMD? You know what? That's actually kind of hard. It's kind of hard to answer that question, but we're here for questions and answers. So I'm not going to give you a straight answer, even though that's what people like, straight answers, but I'm not going to give you a straight answer. I am going to give you a tech answer. And the tech answer is really, with the processors that are out right now, it really just depends on what you're going to be using it for. So I do know, when it comes to the real T-Bell, I know you don't really do that much gaming. So I know this is going to be all about video production and all this stuff. I would say definitely go AMD. And actually AMD, in the next couple of months, they're going to be announcing some new processors. So if you don't want to get the new stuff, you could definitely get the the Ryzen stuff that's out right now. Get you like a 3700X, 8 cores, 16 threads, like 200 and some bucks. Matter of fact, if I look on Micro Center website right now, see, I came prepared. I came prepared, real T-Bell. If you look on Micro Center, oh no, that's a 3800X. But if you just pull up the 3700X, and you don't even have to get an XT for what you're doing. But if you pull up the 37, well, okay. So, oh, I'm on the web store. Let me change this to Joy. I'm just gonna put this on Delu. But if you see, you could get a 3700X for $269, and I actually sometimes I've seen it cheaper, real T-Bell. So I would definitely say go for something like this. For what you're doing. I wouldn't get the 3800X. It's not worth it. You could do the 3700X, or if you want to spend a little bit extra money, get you a 3900X, when it comes to the video editing, and you could just have at it. 3900X is still $399 right now, but for probably what you need, 3700X will be good. So I would just go for that. $269. You could probably shop around and look around a couple places. I think you'll be good. What else we got down in the chat? Let's see. Next question. Put it on the motherboard. There are different spreads. Hey, what's going on, Ada? I see you helping out down in the chat. Appreciate that, sir. Looks like we got another question about a real T-Bell. Would I need to upgrade the motherboard too? If you are, now I know I know real T-Bell, I know you currently have an Intel system. So if you were going to get AMD, well, you're definitely going to have to upgrade to an AMD board. Now you're in luck, because if you've been watching and following me on social media, this is the B450 Tomahawk. This motherboard right here by MSI, this is an AMD board. It supports your second gen, Ryzen chips. So like your 2600X or 2700X. It also supports your new Ryzen chips that's out right now. So like the 3700X that I was just talking about. I've already upgraded the BIOS, so you can actually just pop those chips in and they work. This is one of the few motherboards that has great VRMs, and it actually supports up to the 3950X. So if you wanted to upgrade in the future and stuff like that, you can actually, this motherboard will be able to handle it, take it. So it has some upgradability. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles as your X570, which is the PCIe 4.0 type stuff, but a lot of people are not really making use of those drives right now. So I'm selling this motherboard, Real T Bell. So get at me. You got my information. We could talk about it. I'll give you a deal. But really good board. It's kind of hard to buy these right now because people are buying them. So if you've been down to my Discord, you know I was asking for about $150 for this board. But I definitely take your best offer. So get at me and holler at me, and we could talk about it. And actually, speaking of, I'm selling a couple of things right now. So I got the Ryzen 5 2600X, 6 cores, 12 threads. Definitely selling this too. Great chip. And then I have a graphics card. And really, this graphics card is not anything special. For this graphics card, it's the MSI. This is the MXI Gaming X. It's a 1650 Super. I'm also selling this, barely used. I bought this and I found out that I didn't need it. And so if you're trying to build a budget system, or you definitely you want to do some gaming, but you only care about 60 frames per second, 1080p. It's a good card. You can get started with this, even if you was just trying to, buy yourself some time while you're waiting on the new cars to come out. So if you want to buy any of this stuff, definitely let me know. Let's see what else we got down in the chat. I would like to upgrade the motherboard too. What I need to upgrade the motherboard. Okay, so Real TV. Okay, so we just talked about that. Yeah, if you want to stick with Intel, then you definitely gonna have to make sure that you upgrade your Intel motherboard. Yeah, you're gonna have to upgrade both of those, because what you have, Real T-Bell, is a little bit old. Let's see. Okay, forgot to include that the Fury works better because it's low profile compared to the other models. I personally use the Fury. Oh yeah, the HyperX Fury, you could definitely use that model as well. If you have the Alienware. Let's see. Yeah, I know that Tomahawk, it would sell better if it was a Max, but I can tell you the difference between the Max and that board is that one, you don't have to upgrade the BIOS to use the new chips, and the other one you do. But I've already upgraded the BIOS, so it's really not that big of a difference. What computer do I have? Now, good question. So if you look down, and I'll just pull this up just so you all can see. I don't want to click on the video, because if I click on the video, this is going to start playing. Oh, I can. It's not a big deal. I am just going to pause that real quick. All right. So if you look here, if you look down in the description, it'll definitely tell you about two of the PCs that I have right now out of. One gaming PC, got the i7 10700K, Asus Z490-E board, 2080 Super, 1 terabyte NVMe, 500. So not gonna go through everything, but you can see the two systems I have. One is for capture, streaming, and video editing, and the other one is for gaming. Let's see what we got down in the chat. Man, I need you to just open up my PC and take a look at the insides. Yep, holler at me. We'll talk about it. We'll schedule some time where we could be able to do that. Real T-Bell. Look, hey, thanks, Outer. Let's see. We got Jagger Andrews. What do you think of the MSI RTX 2070 Armor for a game like Cyberpunk 2077? Okay, that's a good question. Let me take a little swig of water real quick. So I'll tell you, for Cyberpunk 2077, if you have any type of RTX card, you're probably gonna be real happy with yourself. Because I heard that Cyberpunk 2077 is gonna have DLSS 2.0, or they may come out with something sooner, because I think Cyberpunk is coming out in November, I believe. So we just got a few months, and that game is going to be out, and it's going to be phenomenal. But DLSS 2.0 is going to allow you to be able to run that game 1080p, 1440p, even 4K, and you're not going to have any troubles with it, no matter what type of RTX card that you have. So, what do I think about the RTX 2070 Armor? I think you're going to be good. You definitely should be able to get a great frame rate when it comes to 1440p. The 2070 card is kind of like a 1440p card, so you're going to be great. So depending on the type of monitor that you have and what you're going to be looking for, I think you're going to be just fine. Look, is replacing your RAM risky or easy? Super easy. Just make sure that you turn off all the power to the PC and unplug the power as well, and you'll be good to go. There are a bunch of videos on how to do that. Yep, sure is. I'm new to all this PC stuff. Yeah, look, take your time, man. If you want to look at my playlist for how to build PCs, it's all there. I have all type of stuff, so go check that out. Let's see. Jack Andrews, sweet man, came in today. Okay, nice. Let me know what type of deal that you got on that card. I still want to pick up. Nah, no, I don't. I take that back. So like right now, I have a RTX 2060 Super Founders Edition, which is in my streaming PC, and then I have the 2080 Super in my gaming PC. And I am definitely waiting on this Ampere. So like right now, I'm on WCCF Tech. Good site. You know, when it comes to stuff, like a lot of leaks, a lot of stuff that comes out. But yeah, I want me a 3080 Ti, basically. I want a 3080 Ti. So I'm waiting on that, to come out. I'm waiting for that to grace, to grace itself. I know I'm about to sell a kidney or something, a body part or something in order to get it, because I'm pretty sure those cars are going to be, definitely probably around about $1,200. But I want to get the top of the line card when it comes out, because I have a 4K monitor. So I had 3 monitors. I am down to 2 monitors now. I have a Asus PG279Q, which is 165 Hertz, G-Sync 1440p monitor. And then I have a LG 27 UL500 W. Which is a 4K monitor, beautiful monitor. I'm still working on getting some stuff together. I've been making sure that I actually use this monitor before I did a review on it. So the review is actually going to be coming pretty soon. You said that the 3080 Ti is probably going to be about $1,700. I would laugh at that, but you might be right. I don't know if there's any type of laughing matter right now. I think those cards will be I think they will be expensive. I don't know about $1,700 because, got the holiday seasons coming up, that type of stuff. So they definitely want to be competitive. And then AMD is going to be coming out with their cards and stuff like that. So I don't know. But I do know they're probably going to be over $1,000 just for the 3080 Ti. So that I know for sure. I know they're going to be over $1,000 for a 3080 Ti top of the line card. Yeah, knowing Nvidia, that's exactly what's probably going to happen. So going back here, yeah, they've been talking about, new cards. They was talking about the actual power chokes and stuff like that. Nobody really cares when it comes to the PCB about that type of stuff. Power chokes, these cards are going to draw a lot of power. I talked about it in my last video. This one. So if you watch that video, we talked about the amount of power and stuff like that that's going to be coming from the new cards. You are going to, I'm gonna tell you, so a lot of people, even when I had my Aurora R7, it was like, man, you crazy for putting an 850 watt power supply in there. No, I wasn't. I was thinking about the future. So when I bought that power supply, I was trying to upgrade my video cards, and I know eventually I was going to build my own PC, and I was going to take those parts out, and that's exactly what I did. So when I sold the Aurora R7, built my own system, the 850 watt, you definitely needed that if you was going to be overclocking your CPU and overclocking your graphics card and all that different type of stuff. So that's exactly what I did. And now these new graphics cards, you can watch that video, you can check it out. New graphics card, especially like the 3080 Ti and the 3080. We're talking about like between 350 to 400 watts of power just from the graphics card. So imagine overclocking that, and then along with that, overclocking your CPU and running everything else that you got in your system. I think minimum is going to be an 850 watt. I actually want to upgrade my power supply to 1,000 watt. And that's just for me personally, because some time in the future, I may upgrade to a 10900K. I don't know. I might on my gaming PC. I might just do it. And yeah, I think I will want to have 1,000 watt power supply along with that 3080 Ti. Okay, so what we got some more questions down in the chat. Hey man, do you have a Discord server? I definitely do. So if you hit the link down, the invite link is down in the description below of this video. You will definitely see the link for Discord. Man, we talk about all type of stuff and then some. And so definitely go check that out. Join the Discord. You can be able to get that done. He said mineral oil. He said mineral oil. I actually seen one of those videos before where somebody actually, you know, put their whole PC and stuff like that and like the motherboard and everything, and still ran even inside mineral oil. I definitely don't have the extra parts to do that just yet, but that would be funny. You know, you could probably check those videos out. David, I can't pronounce that last name, but what's up, David? I see you down in the chat. Crypto never sleeps. What's going on, man? Yeah, so the mineral oil will keep it cool. Well, you know, something about it in the future. He said Hackintosh Aurora R7. Yeah. Precision X1 OC video was super helpful. David, man, I appreciate that, man. That's actually been a popular video. Let's just take a look here. A lot of people have watched that video. So my popular uploads, I did that video over a year ago, and it's a lot of people still watching. 32,000 views. I am definitely super thankful. We crossed over 4,000 subscribers not too long ago, so I'm super thankful. It's you. It's the people out there. It's you. That's keeping that type of stuff going. So hey, I appreciate y'all for definitely from always chiming in, subscribing, hitting the bell and stuff like that. And I would ask that you just continue to do that, because the goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And I know we could do it. And I know it's going to cause me to have to do more uploads. The goal is probably trying to do at least 2 to 3 uploads a week and eventually get to doing 5, but definitely 2 to 3 a week. I think we'll be good. And we could definitely get that subscriber count up. Let's see, down in chat. Okay, David, so you just finished your build and you're still learning. Okay, well, hey, let me know down in the chat what all the specs that you got in your build, man. I definitely like to check that out. So if you join the Discord, you can share some pics. We could definitely take a look at it. More questions. I'm ready. What questions do you have? Anything tech, all things tech, whatever it is, we like to do it. So hit me down in the chat. Let me know what questions you got. All right, and while I'm waiting on the next question to come through, let's see what else we got here. One of my favorite sites is videocards.com. One of the links I hit here, if you don't know, Nvidia is having a countdown. It's called their Ultimate Countdown. We got 18 days left until, and pretty much everybody's saying until they get ready to announce the new Ampere cards. So we're definitely waiting on that. And we do have another question. What's the difference and this is from David. So what's the difference between the 2070 Super and a 2080 Ti? About 30 to 40% in performance. That's about it. You know, with the 2070 Super, you could definitely get high frame rates, 1440p. You know, probably 100 frames per second. You know, if you got all max settings, maybe around 110, something like that. For if you were using a 2080 Ti, you'll probably get, if you're talking about 1440p, depending on the game, easily you're getting 150, 160 frames per second. So it's a huge difference when it comes to the frame rate between those two cards. Plus, if you was trying to do 4K, without the help of DLSS or something like that, 2080 Ti, 4K 60 all day. Right now, to get a 2080 Ti is definitely not worth it. And the reason being is because, one, let's just take a look. Right now, like if I went to Micro Center and I typed in 2080 Ti, even though they stopped making these cards, and yes, they stopped making the 2080 Ti's, even though they stopped making them, like they only have 3, and one is like an open box on Micro Center's website, and they're still over $1,000. Save that money, wait 18 days, and you could get you a new 3080 Ti. So no, the 2080 Ti is definitely not worth it. It would be one of the worst purchases you could make right now. Yeah, I play Modern Warfare 2. So, and even with my 2080 Super at 1440p, I get about 130, 140 frames per second, maxed out settings. So yeah. But I bought the 2080 Super last December. So, yeah, I had that car for a while now. Next question. We got Josh in the chat. So I just got an AMD Ryzen 9 CPU and it's awesome. My graphics card is an EVGA 2070. Computer runs great, but I'm wondering if there's anything I should improve on my PC. My casing is a Thermaltake. Let's see, HT600. I would say, Josh, I probably need a little bit more meat on the bones about what else that you got in your system. Those are great specs so far. I will ask you what type of hard drive are you using and what type and how much memory do you have, and that'll let me know if you need to change anything else. But Ryzen 9 2070 Super, that's a good combination. You're doing good. We got Gaming with Matt. What's up, Gaming with Matt? I know you've been you've been hitting me up in the Discord and say I have a GTX 1070, planning to upgrade it soon. Yep, I used to have that card when I had my Aurora R7. What should I get? And also, do I need to upgrade the power supply? If you had the same power supply I had, which was like a 460 watt or 450 watt, yeah, whatever you're going to upgrade to next is definitely going to need to be more. And power supplies are still pretty steep right now. So yeah, I would definitely say, yeah, if you were trying to buy a graphics card right now, just wait a couple of weeks until the new cards are announced and you could check to see when they're coming out. Get you a new card. You don't have to necessarily get the top of the line. I would get, I don't know what it's going to be called, but it's probably going to be called like a 3070 or a 3080. Cars are going to be like super powerful. So wait till the new cars come out and you can definitely make your decision based on your budget. David, add me. Maybe we could definitely be able to get some. Oh yeah, make sure you join the Discord, and I'll let you know the next time I go live or next time I'm playing Modern Warfare. We could definitely get it up. That's for sure. Good questions. Keep them rolling in. Keep them rolling in. I sure appreciate it. But yeah, it's a bad time to buy graphics cards right now. I'll tell you right now. Do not make the mistake and go buy one of these RTX cards. I will wait. The only time I buy a graphics card right now is if I absolutely had to have one. And if I were you, I would get a really cheap graphics card, something that's like $100 some, until you could get yourself by something just so you could be able to cut your monitor on, something like that. But if you could wait, new cars are coming out. So don't go spend $300, $400, $500 on a graphics card right now. It's gonna be sick. You're gonna have buyer's remorse. Let's see, down in the chat. So Josh, so memory is Basic Kingston. You got 240 gigabytes running Windows. Games are using about 8 terabyte Seagate Barracuda. Okay, so you got a 240 gigabyte. I'm assuming that 240 gigabyte drive is an SSD drive. So that's definitely good for running Windows. You're good on that. And then you got an 8 terabyte hard drive. Now that's a 7200 RPM hard drive, probably, that you're using for the Seagate. I don't like mechanical hard drives when it comes to games. When I had a 2 terabyte Seagate drive and I was using run games, I had a couple of games that were like updating, and I was trying to play another game and it bottlenecked, and so everything froze. And I told myself I would probably never use a mechanical hard drive again. So if you could afford it, get you a 2 terabyte NVMe drive, like an Intel 1660p. They're like $100 and some bucks. And you'll be good. Yeah, get your SSD drive to run your games and your OS and stuff on. It makes the world of a difference when it comes to load times, but also, again, when it comes to games uploading and you may be downloading a game and doing stuff all that at the same time off the same drive. You definitely don't want to. You don't want to bottleneck yourself. Let's see, David. I know the price point is about a $500 difference. Yeah, in some instances it's actually even more because they're not selling these cars anymore. So these 20 series cars are super expensive than what they first came out to, and they're just bad buys right now. I wouldn't get one, so stay away from them. Tyler Cole, what's going on? Let's see. What is the best CPU cooling for the Aurora 8? I no longer have the Aurora system, but the last liquid cooler that I used was based on this video right here. It was the Corsair Hydro H60. It worked great. When I had the Aurora 7, it was already liquid cool, and I replaced it with this just to kind of show you guys how to do it. Worked great for me. Corsair Hydro Series H60, also the H75. Saw a couple of people use those, so definitely, if you want to do that, you could definitely check that out. Check out that video. It's been pretty good. It's actually done very well. Jagger Andrew, so you got a i7 7700. What should I upgrade it to, or should I even upgrade? The i7 7700, if that's just the 7700 and not the K, your next best upgrade, depending on your price point, will probably be something like a 10600K. That's actually, but if you get a 10600K, which is a newer 10th gen chip, you got to get a new motherboard. But I put a 10600K in my wife's computer that I built not too long ago, which was I built it in this right here. The H1 ITX case, but I put a 10600K in that. Gets up to 5 gigahertz. Still 6 cores, 12 threads, but at clock speed and stuff like that, be great for gaming. I prefer you get something that's 8 cores if you're talking about the future, because a lot of games and developers, stuff like that, are going to be basing stuff off of having more cores. So 10700K if you're doing Intel, or a 3700X, 3700XT if you're doing AMD. Talking about gaming. Definitely, I prefer either one of those two. Okay, gaming with Matt. Will the man? I got you. I appreciate that, man. Another question. So for the RAM, I'm going to get HyperX Fury 32 gigabytes, 3200 megahertz. Or should I stay with 2666? 2666 is pretty slow right now. I would say go for the 3200 megahertz. You should definitely see a difference in performance, especially when you're trying to keep up with those. So if you plan on upgrading Even if you plan on upgrading to like your CPU or something like that in the future. Like right now, like in my gaming system, I have, let me see if I can pull it up. Just so you can see it. Which one of these programs I want to use? I think I use Hardware Info 64. Maybe I didn't put that on here. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see what I put on here. I thought I did. Yeah, I did. So if I go here, I am actually using the Corsair Dominator Platinum memory, but it's 3200 megahertz, and I got a 10700K. So that'll tell you something. I currently have it overclocked right now to 5 gigahertz on all cores, and it's been like super stable. But yeah, for the memory, I use the Corsair W, and I'm using it's at 3200 megahertz. Wonders when it comes to games, so I'm not tripping. I don't have anything that's pretty high, when it comes to gaming. With Intel, you really don't need anything above 3200 megahertz. Some people use a little bit higher memory. If anything, the cache latency would be something that, I would get maybe like a CL14 or something like that at 3200 megahertz. You'll get way more out of it. Now, when it comes to Ryzen, on the other hand, though, it likes really fast memory. And so on my other system, I have 3600 megahertz, the Gskill Trident Z. So if that's worth anything, then I definitely, if it comes to Intel, 3200 megahertz is good. Tyler Cole, with the RTX 2060, will it fit in the Aurora 8? It should. That's not a big card. So as long as it's up under 10.5 inches, you are good to go. Because that's just about the amount of space that you have inside of the Aurora R7 or R8. It's good for about 10.5 inches. Anything that's less than 11 inches, should fit. If it was a Founders Edition card, all of those fit. But of course, with those cards, you're definitely looking at like 2 fan cards, stuff like that. So shouldn't have any problems with that. All right, more questions. Keep them going. Keep it flowing. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, definitely here we do everything tech, all things tech, whatever it is, we like to do it. Definitely make sure you hit subscribe, hit the bell, hit the notification so you receive all of my uploads when it comes time, and definitely make sure down in the chat, definitely let me know all the questions that you have, what you want to see, but also down in the description below, you could definitely be able to join the Discord where we could talk about everything tech, all types of stuff, bills, all that different type of stuff. We could definitely talk about that stuff down there as well. We got Lawson. We got a new question that came in. So just wanted to stop in and say that you deserve so many more subs and fans. Hope you have a good night, man. I appreciate that, Lawson. For real. I definitely, the goal is to do more, push out more content, do more live streams. If you know me personally, I have a very busy life. When it comes to family, really work keeps me super busy. But anytime, I have some extra time, I try to make sure I upload some content, try to go live, try to do some gaming. I want to do more. And the more you all support the channel, if you hit the links in the description below, the parts and stuff like that, all that stuff helps the channel. If you want to help out, my Cash App and all the stuff is down there in the channel. Help buy more computer parts, do more builds and stuff like that. If you want to help out, all the stuff is in the description below. Not asking anybody for anything, but if you do want to help out, that stuff is in the description. So I appreciate it. But if you just come through and you just say and you leave something like that, just a little message, that's enough for me. And if you subscribe and you are a subscriber to the channel, and and you do your thing and you can support me that way, that also works for me too. So I appreciate any and everybody. Next question that we have is Shuriken Desperado. Oh, yeah, that's the next question that we got. Well, no, I'll take that back. Nope, we got David. So, will you be upgrading to the next gen RTX? Thinking about selling my 2070 Super because of all of the hype, even though I just built it about a month ago. Yeah, I just built a bunch of computers about a month ago. David, yes, I do plan on upgrading to the next card that's going to come out. It's going to be the high end one. So whichever one that is, not the Titan. I'm not spending that type of money, but definitely whatever the next TI card is coming out, I'm getting it. And I thought about selling some of the card stuff that I have, but I might use it in the future, so I don't know. But I usually sell a lot of my stuff, so you just never know. Shuriken, thanks to your vids, I was able to turn my Aurora into a monster. Appreciate it, man. Hey, I appreciate you. I'm still getting a lot of love and a lot of support from my Alienware community, so I appreciate you. That's what got this channel started, and man, much appreciation, and I appreciate you for saying those kind words. Aorus, so Tyler, cold GPU upgrades are tough as the case doesn't have good enough cooling, and also depends on the model. Yep, that is correct. So just be careful what type of card you. If you get a card for your Aurora R7, make sure it's a high-end card that has good cooling and stuff like that. Because even the cards that I had in the Aurora R7 was like the EVGA Ultra XC. That was on a 2070 and a 2080. Those are high-end cards. The cooling was really, really good because you are in a compact case when it comes to those type of things. Landon, did you sell those parts because you never got to me on IG? You know what? I apologize. So do me a favor. I know I still have those parts available. If you're in Canada, hit me back because I'm still waiting to get some accurate prices. Last time I looked, the shipping was astronomical. But hit me again in my IG, and we could definitely talk about it tonight. But I do still have those parts available, Landon. So definitely hit me up again. Let me know. Like I said, I get super busy, so I'm pretty sure I probably forgot about it, and I apologize. Sorry about that. But yeah, if you hit me in my IG right now, it'll remind me, and I'll look at those prices again. Just let me know where you at. I want to try to keep it within the US just because of the shipping charges. But if you are outside of the US, we could talk about it. Shuriken, for how much do you think the new cars are going for? Like I said, I think the prices are going to be real similar to what the current prices are right now. So if you were getting a 2060 card, it's probably going to be $400. I'm sorry, the new series, the 3000 series. So if it was like a 3060, and it's thundering right now, goodness. But yeah, if you was getting like a 3060 card, probably $400. 3070 probably 500. The 3080 600. And then I'm hoping they do something different with the 3080 Ti. So that car really should be about $800. But depending on what people are going to buy stuff for, but it may be a little bit over $1,000. So I'm not sure. Landon, great. I'm looking to do a build first PC, and I'm on a tight budget, so those parts would be great. I hear you. So yeah, like I said, hit me in my IG, hit me in the DM. We could definitely talk about it. Tyler Cole, and since I live in Canada, it is very hard. Yeah, yeah, I know it's hard when you're getting parts. It's hard. All this stuff right now. David, possibly a 3092. So yeah, I'm thinking if they do a 3080 Ti. The 3090 is probably going to be something similar to a Titan, and I think they're just trying to change the name of it just so they could be able to come out with the Titan and charge even more, because them Titan cards are like $2,500, which is ridiculous, and you was only getting maybe like 10% more performance than a Ti card, but it was like $1,200 difference, so crazy. But Nvidia will sell those cards as long as somebody is willing to buy them. So that's why we need competition. We need competition from AMD. We need AMD to get their ish together and come out with some high-end cards, basically. Yeah, Titan cars be costing costing a kidney. You're absolutely right, and it's not even worth that left kidney. So, yeah, you know, when they come out with these 3080 Ti's, they're going to be killer cards. I'm hearing like 40 to 50% performance increase, and that's crazy. So you know, when it comes to like the RTX stuff and the ray tracing and stuff like that, I think we're going to get to the point where we could be able to have high refresh rate ray tracing. Because right now, ray tracing has kind of been bringing graphics cards to their knees. You know, barely getting 60 frames per second. You know, stuff like that. So, Tyler Cole, we got another question down in the chat. Actually, we got something from Alda. So 3090 might be the Titan card or 3090 Ti. Yep. Never, just don't know just yet. And well, that's what happens when you have OEM that's better and do it yourself. Yeah, man. So I'm hoping Nvidia gets their stuff together. Tyler, let's see. Do you know how to fix a message that I have on my PC that says CPU fan not connected properly or something like that? My first question would be is what have you recently changed? Did you change your CPU fan? Did you upgrade something? Let me know. David, okay, decision made. Selling my 2070 Super. Go for it, man. You'll probably be able to still get a good price for it right now, actually. Because if we just go to eBay real quick, we could definitely check to see what they're going for. So if we just go to eBay, we go to eBay and we put in a 2070 Super. So right now, it's people selling 2070 Supers, $479, $549, $515, $475. So yeah, I would go for it, David. Go for it, man. You might be able to get you a good price. It's a lot of them out here. People trying to sell their cars before the new cars come out. So, that's ridiculous. Highway robbery. Asus Rod Strix 2070 Super for $739. They know they're wrong for that. Man, that's crazy. Anyways, yeah, keep the questions coming. Keep the questions coming. Let's see what else we got out here on video cards. We got any leaks? Let's see. Intel unveils 10 nanometer. Nvidia GeForce GA102 series PCB. Nothing new. Nothing new on this stuff. One thing I can say, I do have a question. Who's buying an Xbox Series X and who's buying a PlayStation 5? Let me know down in the chat. Let's see what we got. Tyler, the only thing I changed was my power supply because the second one I put in just blew up on me. And then got a Corsair RM850X. Okay. If you change some of your wires or some pins and rounds, I would kind of backtrack to make sure that you plugged up all of your pins and stuff to the right connectors if you're getting that error code for the CPU. Clay Nation, what's up, Clay? PS5 because Halo is delayed. You're absolutely right. That was the reason why I brought that up. As you can see here, Xbox Series X supposed to come out in November, but Halo is coming out in 2021. Xbox is just messed up because one of the biggest problems with Xbox in general is that they never really had any exclusive titles that made them different from Sony and stuff like that. And so when you could play all of the Xbox games on PC, I don't see a need in buying an Xbox. I'm buying a PlayStation 5, and I'm on buying a PlayStation 5 for some of the exclusives. Like, they haven't announced it, but it's going to be another God of War that's about to come out. And definitely a new Spider-Man game and all that good stuff. So Lawson, I have a Nvidia GTX 1060 3 GB. Looking to buy a new graphics card so I can play games on higher graphics settings. Is it worth upgrading? Also, I am not too experienced in PC tech just yet. All right, Lawson. For one, I would definitely say, you got what you got right now because it's probably what was in the budget. But that 1060 card at 3 GB and video memory, I can tell you, when you get ready to upgrade, you're gonna be, oh my God. I would like to ask you though, Lawson, what type of monitor do you have? Let me know down in the chat what type of monitor you got. Let's see, Tyler. Yep, it did fit perfect. Okay, great. Even with the plate. Yep, Play Nation. I'm hyped for the new God of War. Yes, whenever it comes out, I'm gonna do it. One of the things I've been thinking about doing was on my PlayStation 4 Pro. I thought about just doing like a new walkthrough of just the last God of War that came out. So you know, if you want to see that, we can talk about it. We could put that on the channel. Let me know. We got Shuriken. It's going to be PlayStation versus PC in the future. Xbox is going to be out of the picture. I totally agree. As long as they continue to have the Xbox Game Pass and all that different type of stuff, it's no reason to buy Xbox. You could be able to play all of those games on PC. It's going to run better on PC. And it's just going to be about PlayStation versus PC. I absolutely agree. Lawson, you got a 1440p monitor, 144 hertz LG. Man, you definitely need to upgrade your graphics card. So when the new cards come out in a couple of weeks, if you have a monitor like that to take advantage of it, I would definitely get like a 3070 or whatever they're going to call it, or higher card. You'll thank me later. Tyler Cole, but I still get the message. So thought it because it was dirty, so I cleaned it, put it back in, still get the same error message. Yeah, I don't know why you would be getting a. Are you getting a CPU message, like a CPU error message, or are you just getting just a fan message? Let me know. Lawson, I'm selling a 2070 Super. That'll run great too. Well, no, that was David. So David already tried to sell that car. I hear you, David. Yeah, 2070 Super will run great for 1440p monitor. It absolutely would. But new cars coming out, so you know, Lawson, I'm not trying to. David, I'm not trying to block your sale, but you know, new cars are coming out, so I leave it at that. Lawson, you're a grown person. You can do whatever you want to do. Definitely. And it looks like the battery is going to get ready to run on my camera. One of the things about this whole situation that's been happening, you know, with this whole thing is about, you know, like parts and stuff is like not been available. So I am definitely looking forward to, I got to get like right now for my webcam, I'm using the Canon M50 and I'm using it as a webcam. So it's actually working pretty great. But I'm running off a battery and I need to get actual AC adapter for it. So we're going to, I'm gonna take a couple more questions and then we're gonna wrap up the live stream. Let me see. We got Clay Nation. What do you think the temps for the 3000 series is going to be? That's a good question. I could tell you that I know that the wattage, the power on the cards is going to run a lot higher. So we're talking about between 350 watts, 400 watts. The way that they have the new PCB and the, let me just pull it up. The way that they got the new PCB on the cards, and the fins and the cooling, I think the cooling is probably going to stay around the same as what they have the current Founders Edition cards. So the Founders Edition cards usually get up to about 80 something degrees, you know, depending on your case and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be good. And then you got your high end cards like my MSI Gaming X Trio. Usually when I'm gaming for hours, the highest it gets up to is like between 68 to 70 degrees, if that. Usually around about 68 degrees. So I don't see it going higher than that. And if you turn up the fan speed, it gets even cooler. So if you get an aftermarket card, you're going to be good. either way it goes. David, Will, how hard is it to OC on the Z490 ROG motherboard? I can tell you right now, if you saw me earlier, right now I have the 10700K. The highest I was able to get up to was 5.1 gigahertz. But when I was doing certain things, it seemed like I think I just needed to up my load line calibration. And also my my volts and stuff. But I actually, just for an everyday overclock, right now I have an overclock to 5 gigahertz all cores. And it runs like butter, sweet. And really for gaming, you really don't need anything over that. If you're just trying to do some benchmarks, stuff like that, 5.1 gigahertz does kick in. I could do all cores on that. I've used that, but just for everyday overclock, right now it's at 5 gigahertz. If I probably up my cooling and up my voltage and stuff like that, I could probably, get it 5.1, 5.2 if I change around a couple other things. But for everyday overclock, I don't want to run it that high. But on the 10700K, easy 5 gigahertz all cores. And you could definitely do 5.1 gigahertz all cores. So smoking. Will, what would you think about Alienware's unorthodox RAD GPU design? No, it's crazy. But some people like that type of stuff. Really, I think, if you could definitely be able to build your own PC, that's the best route to go, especially when it comes to upgrades in the future and you have more that you could be able to play around with. I would definitely say build your own PC. Definitely do another one of these again. I really enjoyed it. Hey, I appreciate that, Clay. I'm actually thinking about doing one of these at least, not once a week, but maybe every 2 weeks. We could do a Q&A. And if it gets popular, maybe we could do it every week. I don't know. Shuriken, I completely ditched my hard drive and got the 4 terabyte NVMe. Man, I want one. I just haven't I haven't mustered up. I think last time I looked at one of those, it was like $400. I just can't do it. It's hard. But I want one though. I want me a 4 terabyte NVMe. I don't think I will have to buy another hard drive. So that's a great idea, actually. Possible walkthrough video on the ROG OC. Oh, okay. Great idea. Okay. So overclocking on the Z490 board that I got. Great idea for a video. I would definitely put that one in the coin, and we might do that. Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, absolutely, man. So I appreciate y'all. We are definitely gonna wrap up the live stream. I appreciate everybody for rocking with me. And again, share this video, hit like, hit subscribe. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. And man, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me and hanging out with a brother tonight. Definitely join the Discord. We got a good time. Man, appreciate everybody. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for the questions. You're going to help somebody out there make a good tech decision. And man, stay up, stay good, stay safe. Peace.